everyone, it's Stassi. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Happy holidays! My goodness, this has been like the fastest, slowest year ever. I can't believe it's New Year's Eve. It definitely doesn't feel like New Year's Eve. It looks like New Year's Eve outside, but it doesn't feel like it. But anyways, I wanted to come here today and I wanted to thank you guys for such an amazing year. Oh my gosh, from the bottom of my heart, I never thought that this was ever going to happen. Like my Stassi page is almost a year old now. And I just want to take a minute and I just want to go through a quick year in review because this year has been like so humbling and amazing. And I got to do so many cool things. So, I started Stassi J Sims 4 back January 10th, 2021. This was my first ever post. That's actually Alexa. So before I started making, oh my gosh, I'm losing my brain. Before I started the Rose Chronicles, I used to actually just go in The Sims and like make Alexa and Oliver and everybody. I have like original first drafts. They are definitely not as pretty as like they look now because like the first couple of drafts were rough. But I didn't really know much about Instagram. I remember logging on like the first day and I learned two things that day. One, the community is big and amazing. Two, there's a ton of porn. A ton of Sims porn. Nothing will ever prepare you for Sims porn. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. Anyways, so for like the first, for all of Christmas break last year, like I was just building for like 9 hours a day. Like I was literally just like, I couldn't stop building. I had built like 100 things in like 50 days. Like it was just insane. Like I was just posting like every day. Like I had a new build to go out because I always associated myself as a builder. Like I've always loved to build. So I picked up traction pretty quickly. I did some pretty cool builds at the beginning of it. Like originally it was Roxy's Diner, but now it's in Rose Chronicles as Danny's Diner. I did the Sailor Moon Castle, which I shout out all the time because it was like the coolest thing I ever built. It still is the coolest thing. I built this McDonald's that looked pretty, like it was real. Like I used to work as a manager at McDonald's and I built a scaled replica of what ours looked like. It was crazy and I started, getting traction pretty quickly. So I started doing collabs. My first ever collab was with my first ever Sims friend, Pam. I love her so much. We used to chat every day. She's in the UK and I'm in Canada. So time differences were always fun. But we did 2 collabs together. My first ever 2 collabs. We did Bates Motel and then we did like this 18th century Victoria haunted home. It's just so cool. And then I met Luna around the same time and I used to do her Disney builds, which was just, oh my God, so amazing. I just did Luna for a Simmer Spotlight. If you haven't had a chance to go check out her work, please do. Also, please check out Pam's stuff as well. So, things are, I'm just kind of, get in the mood. And then, you know what I also see on Instagram besides, boobs are Sim stories. And I remember I sat down with my fiance and we were eating dinner and I said, do you think I could release my story? And do you think people would read it? And please know, at this time, no one had really read it. It had always just been something so close to my heart. And he said, yeah, I think people would read it. And I was like, I think I'm going to make it a Sims story. And he's like, I think that's a cool idea. So the first ever Sims story I saw, and again, I cannot thank Miss Christine enough, was Christine Sims. So, like she posts like every day. Her story was amazing. I'm like, I can do that. Maybe not every day, but I could release the Rose Chronicles. So I sat and I looked at a lot of Sims stories and I read a lot of them. And I'm like, I want to do something a little different. I want to treat mine more like a comic book and a manga. And I've talked in great lengths to why I did that. Just because, being dyslexic is something I've always known. Also, for other people who don't speak English, they can understand kind of like what's going on by the photos. I've had a couple non-English simmers reach out to me and ask if I can put Rose Chronicles in different languages. And I have, and I still will. if you want to read Rose Chronicles, I can send you chapters in different languages. Now, please note, it is Google Translate, so, bear in mind with that. But yeah, so I did it. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I put out the first prologue. And it people loved it. And like, I honest to God, like, I'm not going to cry here, but like, I almost cried because like, this was something that I had worked on for so long and people were actually liking it. And I was it just brought me back. And then like, I started like writing chapters and like, it used to take me like 10 hours because I didn't have poses. They all had to actually like each other to do stuff. So, oh my God, like I went back and read the first, throughout the Christmas break, I read all of them. A, that humbles you very quickly. And B, I was just like, the first 10 chapters are a little cringe because I didn't know what I was doing. But now I know what I'm doing. So like, it's definitely better. I've definitely gotten better with like different shots instead of just everybody just like here or here. But the joke always still remains that I used to have people with like heavy dialogue to their back turned. I have spoken on this on like several podcasts now that it's because I used to make funny faces. So turned around, they just saw the back of their head. So Damon was the worst for that. Still is. He always makes funny faces, but just turn him around. But yeah, so I started off with doing that, and then I got to meet some amazing simmers. I got to meet Alana, Princess Purdue, Sassmouth, and they like really championed me throughout the Rose Chronicles. Like they were just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like they used to they still share my stuff. They share my stuff, and I was just like, oh my God. And then, like, it just kind of picked up, so I decided, like, every week. And then I decided, like, you know what? Let's make merch, which will be coming to you in 2022. I've just been trying out different merches. But, yeah, I was like, oh, my God. Like, people actually want to wear my story on their shirt. Like, it was just so humbling. And then I had an amazing opportunity. I reached out to the Sims magazine. And then I became their marketing person. And I can't thank the Sims magazine enough for giving me so many amazing opportunities. It's just been amazing. So I became their marketing person. And I had a blast. And then I had this idea. So on top of, Rose Chronicles and Bills, I was like, I kind of want to have a YouTube channel because like it's no secret. Like I've been playing Sims for a long time, like since 2003, but I really got back into it because of Kelsey and Peachy K. So I was like, okay, like I'm gonna start this YouTube channel, and didn't expect much from it. I was floored. I was absolutely floored by how many people who liked my content, and you know what I thought as I was doing it, because I started with this Let's Play, because I've had YouTube since July, and oh my God, like sweet Jesus, so I wanted to do this Let's Play. I did 2 episodes, and then it's just like Rachel, still to this day, I'd like to say this is December 31st. She still does this. She's still like, I don't understand it. And I've recreated. There's just something about cottage living that breaks my game. So I had to give that up. I was scrambling. I had like no idea of like what to do. Like I had nothing. I was putting out like whatever I could get my hands on. I wasn't really getting a lot of traction at first. And then I had this idea. It hit me because I'm like, I don't know why it didn't come to me sooner. So a lot of people know I work for, my real job was marketing. And I had this series at work that I created called Client Spotlight, where I would do deep dives on clients' big projects and learning a little bit more about the scope of the project and how my company was able to, provide solutions for them. And it was amazing. Like no one had ever thought about it. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do Simmer Spotlights. And I'm going to interview different Simmers. I really like interviewing. So that's why in the first 3 spotlights, you can literally hear me saying client Sims, client Simmers. Like, I just had to associate. And now when I do them at work, I'm like, Simmers clients. So I started with Alana, and I filmed it on my birthday. And I was just like, oh my God. I was so scared. Looking back on it, I also had never edited video in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. You can tell. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I really didn't know what I was doing back then. And it was just amazing. And then it just started the train. I've interviewed different simmers. I think I've done like over 30 now of just like, you know, like my personal ones. I've done some for Simmers Digest. I've done some for Sims Up Magazine, the Machinima Magazine. I love interviewing people. I mean, if you ever want to be interviewed, please let me know. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care if you just have like 0. I just want, you know, I love talking to people and getting to know their stories. So it was just amazing. And then the most amazing thing happened. And it was from this SimSet magazine. So I was away on my birthday trip because this was the first time that like the restrictions weren't so bad. I was actually able to see my friends. It had been 8 months since I had seen my friends. And we went to like this cottage like 25 minutes away from my house, like we did last year. And I wake up in the morning and I get an email from the Sim magazine saying that we would love to have the Rose Chronicles as a comic in our magazine. Now, I want to state this. If you ever go on one of my birthday trips, someone always cries. Someone gets too drunk and says something. Someone's feelings can sometimes get hurt. Or it's just like something always happens. Like there's like, I don't know what happens on my birthday, but drama always comes and finds my birthday party. And we're not drama people. We literally call ourselves Team Square because we're so boring. But drama always finds my birthday, usually because I get drunk. Anyways, I bawled my eyes out. I absolutely bawled my eyes out because they want to publish my comic. At that moment, I was like, I'm a published author. And that is a feeling that I hold on to because if you've watched this, you know my story. You know I'm dyslexic. And my grade 1 teacher told me I would never succeed in life. I was always, like every teacher, I was basically a lost cause because no one could understand why like I wasn't reading. They would be very upset with me. Like it was a hard like I didn't have a good experience in school. Well, just English class, but like or anytime I had to read, like it was hard. It was really fucking hard. And then it was just like all this work that I had put into this story. And now someone else believed in me and it was going to be published. And I fucking bawled my eyes out. I came in and everyone's like, what's wrong? Like, it's like 8:30 in the morning. Like what is on? I'm like, I just became a published author. And my girls like literally hugged me because they knew that this was something that I had always wanted for as long as I can remember. And it was just like, again, like I cannot thank the Sims Up magazine because like enough because they made my dream come true. Anyways, so now Rose Chronicles is in a magazine. Like people who I would never been able to, you know, access got to read it and got to follow along Alexa's story. And I think that's the most important thing to me. So as we go on, I was on Instagram one day and I saw an ad for The Reaper 2 that he was looking for a voice actor. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I have 0 experience in this, but my confidence is at 100%. So let's do this. So I DM him and I'm like, can I audition? And he's like, send me your demo role. And I'm like, I don't have one. And he's like, okay, well, here's a script, read some lines. I'm literally like shaking, reading my lines. And I'm like, okay, here. And I'm literally just talking into my phone like this because I didn't really have anything at the time. And I got the part. I got the fucking part. And I was just like, oh my God. And I will still state this. That is the best Sims project I've ever done is doing the Reaper. I was so excited when scripts would come through my email. I'd be like, oh my God. And then that's when the acting bug, per se, bit me. And I auditioned for everything. I still am auditioning. And you know, it's crazy. I became a paid voice actor this year. I could sit here and tell you a year ago, I didn't think I was going to become a paid voice actor and a published author in under a year. But it did. Like, my God. Then I did My Boy 1991 for Davenport. I was also cast as Amy. I have done so many other projects. I've done projects where I have one line and they're like, are you sure you want? I'm like, I don't care. I will do anything for experience. Like, I don't care what I am. They're like, you have to be okay with swearing. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm okay with swearing. Yeah, no, it's just crazy. And it's just been a crazy year. Absolutely crazy. Sims has definitely, you know, carried me on through. This was a really dark year for me. Like, not dark, I should say. It was a challenging year. Things were very slow at work. I wasn't able to make my full wage for most of the year. That's really tough. You know, like, I think that's why I started doing voice acting stuff to help pay my bills. Because like I had to do something. It was just like, I found out I had COVID this year. I didn't have it at the time. When I got my first vaccine shot, I had a really negative reaction. And I was sent to the hospital because I thought I had blood clots. It turns out that I had COVID in the last year, and I had no idea. I was asymptomatic. That was one of those scariest experiences of my life because, like, I'm never scared. If anyone who knows me, I always have a backup plan to everything I do. But I didn't know. I didn't expect this. The doctor came in and he's like, look, we did an antibody test. There's no way you should have antibodies. We just gave you the COVID vaccine. So you had COVID in the last year. Do you remember? And I said, I don't remember. Like, I had a little cold, but I had tested negative at the time. And he said, well, I mean, it is what it is. And, you know, this is why you're having such a negative reaction. Like, sorry, kid, you're in tough luck. It's gonna be a rough couple days. And it was very rough. Like, I couldn't even get out of bed. I was so sick. And then I got to see my friends for the first time, and that was overwhelming. I think the most overwhelming moment of the year was when I went to see the Arkells for my birthday. I had some people be like, oh, you cry in your video. I was so overwhelmed at that moment because they came out and they were like, we want to thank the healthcare workers. We want to thank first responders. We want to thank frontline workers because you guys are the backbone. And I sat there and I fucking cried my eyes out because I felt so grateful that I didn't die of COVID in the last year. And then I felt sad that how many people died for no reason. And like, this could have been prevented. It literally could. And then like, it just hits me and I'm just so sad. And I'm crying and Jason's like, why the hell are you crying? And I'm just like, I'm just really thankful that I didn't die of COVID. I didn't even know I had it. And not everybody got to make it here. And I started crying and like, I just felt so overwhelmed in that moment because it sunk in. Like, me and Jason did everything we possibly could to ensure that neither of us got COVID, and then we had it. Like, I had it anyways, and it was just like I'm gonna sit here and tell you, there's not a day that's not gone by in the last year that I don't sit and think about when I must have had it, and Like, did I give it to anybody? I know I was asymptomatic, but like, did I give it to anybody? And so it's just been crazy thinking about that. And this is something like, you know, I've wanted to talk about a lot. So please, 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 especially right now, if you're not vaccinated, please go get vaccinated. It's the only way we're going to stop the spread of COVID-19. Like here, like, I know this is turning into a, you know, more of a ramble, but nobody talks about the side effects after having COVID. Like, nobody. Everyone's like, oh, it's just a flu. It's fine. It goes away. There's so much more that we don't know. Like, it affects women's menstrual cycles. I've been part of a study now for about 6 months, and the damage it's done is it's not reversible. I'm going to have it for the rest of my life. And that's something that I have to live with. So please do research, listen to scientists, like, please go do something. Go get vaccinated if you're not vaccinated. Like, please. But anyways, on a more chipper note, thank you guys, you know, for a great year. I gotta shout out, Miss Peach, you're amazing this year. Steph Plays. I just dropped the Simmer Spotlight for her. She's amazing. Who else? ONG Sims, My Boy 1991, City of Angels, Mom Cave, Sammy from the Sims Up magazine, just all the Sims Up magazines. Oh my gosh. Okay, who else? Nikki Phoenix, Luna, The Weekend Builder, Juby Sims. Who else? I have so many simmers I have to thank. Like, you guys are amazing. You guys, you know, literally are the reason I get up. I also want to thank Car Miller. He has been such an amazing supporter throughout all this. Black Rose, Sammy's World, the Sims Up Storybrooke. Who else? Stories by Arwen, Gnome Sims, Gamer Sims, Kitsan. I think there's so much more. I want to thank you guys so much for an amazing year. You guys are awesome. I chat with you guys all the time. You guys, you know, make my day. I have like 2 things I really want to do in 2022 that I hope I'm able to achieve. I know I'm going to at least achieve one of them. The second is kind of more of a pipe dream, as obviously I want to get married. I was actually supposed to get married this past year, but because of COVID, we had to move the wedding. And then we've decided to, you know, do further changes to the wedding. So we're still going to get married next year. It's just going to be a much smaller ceremony. And then I have a pipe dream, something I've always wanted to do for as long as I can physically remember. I want to do stand up. I want to go. I have the bit in my head. I've been working on my bit for like the last 2 weeks. I have reached out to Yuck Yucks in Toronto, and they have gotten back to me saying that I can book a spot in March or April. So I will be doing stand up. I'm fucking ecstatic. I don't think I'm that funny. I think that's gonna humble me a lot, but oh my god. I'm extremely excited for that. But anyways, as this year comes to an end and you're just listening to me ramble, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for just, you know, coming to my page, reaching out to me, working on projects together with me. You guys are awesome. You guys are fucking awesome. And I don't deserve to have a fan base as such fucking as awesome as you guys are. I love you guys so much. I I know I'm gonna say this. I have cool projects coming down the pipeline because I always do. I always manage to find cool projects. I have a lot of machinimas coming out in 2022. Like I said, I've been in so many now. I'm just actually in machinimas. I'm not even Sims machinimas anymore. I'm a machinima whore. I don't care. I'll be in anything as long as I'm casted. I have a lot of cool ones coming out for that. So, you know, look out for those. Rose Chronicles may or may not be back soon. Who knows? But, you know, if you haven't had a chance to read it, the first 30 chapters are on the rosechronicles.com. Oh my God, not the rosechronicles.com. Instagram page for the Rose Chronicles. You can go back and read all of them there. You know, get yourself caught up because it's going to be back sooner than you think. If you want to check out my Sims journey, please do. I have a podcast. I literally meant to talk about, this is how awful I'm at plugging my podcast. But you guys listen to my podcast. Oh my God. So I have like 200 listens per podcast. You guys are fucking awesome. I have a podcast called Stassi J Unplugged. Please go look out for those. I've been nominated for 5 fucking Simmers Awards. What? Again, I was supposed to talk about that in this video and I fucking skipped my brain. Yeah, I've been nominated for 5 awards. I was literally at my mom's house for Christmas and these award nominations are coming through and I was like literally dancing. And my mom's like, she's like, what the fuck are you doing, Stas? I'm like, I just want to dance. I just got nominated. So I was nominated for Best Up and Coming YouTuber, Best YouTuber under 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh my God. I was voted Best Simstagram page, Best Storyteller, Best Podcast. Woo! Sorry. I just can't believe you guys listen to my podcast. It's amazing. And then last but fucking not least, Best Weekly Goddamn Sims Series. Oh my God. So that section is stacked with people who I have watched like for the last like 2 years on Sims and I'm nominated in the same category as them. I fucking cried. I don't think I'm gonna win any of these, but just the fact I'm nominated just humbles me so much. So thank you guys so much for voting for me. Oh my God, like it makes me feel validated that I'm doing the right things with my life. But anyways, I want to wish everyone a happy New Year's, a safe New Year's. I'll be back very soon with some more videos, but until then, happy New Year's and please stay safe and I'll see you soon.